Again, welcome everyone for INDUS website launch party and the release of its first newsletter. So INDUS actually started with a small group of, I think, 9 people on WhatsApp, which was there for a couple of years. And we we used to share information there. If we needed something, we used to ask for help, and say if some seminar is going on, some conference dates are coming or something, so we used to share everything there. But one day we thought, if we are like sharing information just within ourselves, why not to create a platform where we can share everything with everyone, all the Indian solar physics people. And that's how Indus was born. And we kept going quite to and forth between how, like, what should be the name of the group. So I think the people who were from the beginning know that we had shortlisted 4 or 5 names, but at the end we went for Indus, because Indus has kind of very nicely represents Indian history as well, because Indus was a very advanced civilization, and it also kind of promises a very bright future for all of us. So Bibhuti, if you are there, can you tell us, do you want to go next and tell us about Indus name and how we ended up there?
So I will, first of all, thanks Ansu, she had started, and all of us came together. So as the Indus name stands, I think many of you are already aware that Indus name came from the word Sindhu. Right. So Sindhu was a Sanskrit name and later on, because of the different pronunciation, it turned into Hindu. And either it's India or Hindustan, both of the names originate from the word Sindhu, and later on Iranian, I think, has given the name Indus to Sindhu. So the meaning itself of this word is the broader, Sindhu is word used for the broader river. So our goal here is also to make the solar physics for the broader community, and it's not like for me or there are few person, it's us. That you always have to remember that all the members are equally contributing. So if someone is working a bit more or less, that doesn't matter. We all are, although it's a new early career, we all are an early career. So either it's a master's, PhD, or postdoc, or senior postdoc. So doesn't matter. All of us are equivalent. So you don't have to worry about you are asking someone senior. So if you talk about the name, so we came up with many idea about the name. You may have already seen that, but at the end we can land up with the Indus, so India and us. You can think about like that. And then you all know now the full form, what Indus stands for. So what we thought about Indus, why we have chosen Indus, because of this historical background. So Indus has been one of the best civilization in the ancient India, or in the history, you can say, not even in India. It's even the word India came later. So to carry that historical aspect, to carry that broader impact, where Indus has been fostering independent of your background, culture, it doesn't matter. So here we are united together by different aspects of solar physics. So I don't want to go more philosophical here, but it's for the newcomers, like seniors, they already know what is the philosophy behind this, forming this group. For those who don't know, it's you should not be worried. If you are joining solar physics, you have many people here to help you. Okay. So if you need any help, so our aim is to come together, and I few of us, even if you come to me and I'm not able to help you, I will tell you who is the right person whom you should contact for this particular problem. And if you don't find in the website, so we have created the website that we'll be seeing soon. And yeah, I think more Atul I can comment on that later on, extend this.
Yeah, so hi everyone. So it's nice to see what few people started has flourished into something. and so much response. Yeah. And yeah, that also makes me nervous. I mean, to talk like so many people. Yeah, suddenly. Yeah, so I would be just briefing out, like what are, like continue from where Vibhuti stopped and then say briefly about what our goals were and what it's like. So, like people have outlined, it's mainly circling around, I would say, three C's. That's like contact, connect, and collaborate. So we know that many people, many Indians are there in different parts of the world doing different stuff, but we never had a common platform, especially as young people. We are often lost, right? Like, oh, I have to do this thing, but whom to contact? That's one aspect. There is another aspect, like we migrate also a lot as a researcher and we go to different places. We are also lost there, like how to settle there, whom to ask, how to get help. So these are the different aspects which actually we faced as we were moving out to places and doing stuff and expanding our career. That's what we faced, and these are the demons we fought. So we thought like this should not be a problem for the other young people out there, right, who want to also venture out into this research field. So the motto has been basically on those three C's: contact, connect, and collaborate. So Indus brings together all of us so that we have the context of everyone. And now it's easier for younger people and also even us when we go to other postdocs, right? So to connect with people who does different things, and then you can start a collaboration amongst us and like carry forward the idea of Indus and foster stronger ties across multidisciplinary research. And yeah, we can do great science. So that's the ultimate thing. And also you can easily, when you move to a different place, you know whom to contact, who is where. And we have a very nice map put together by Vibhuti and Chitradeep, so which shows who are there, who are where in different parts of the world, and you can reach out to those people and get help. So that's the broader aim of Indus, like facilitating life and also facilitating research wherever you are, whenever you want. Yeah, and you know whom to go. So anybody wants to add anything to this? Yeah, Anshu.
Yeah, you have summed up nicely. I think we'll go to Ritesh, where he will tell us more about Indus logo.
Of this logo, I would like to share an interesting story regarding this logo. Like I was in Belgium in June, and like a couple of us had a very brief meeting initially, and Anshu just mentioned that we need a logo. And after the meeting, it so happened I was trying to connect two things, like we have to signify that we are a solar physics community and at the same time represent that we are Indians. So I had my mobile wallpaper, if I can just share, you can see it's multicolor AIA image. And I was just chatting with someone, and I realized that I can utilize this multicolor aspect of AIA to make our logo. And that's how it originated, that we have green, white, and kind of orange tint, I can say. And it represents different layers of the sun. And at the same time, we can integrate our Indian national tricolor to this. And to give the touch for the Ashoka Chakra, you can see we tried to make a circular center telling the name of our community. So this logo is kind of integration of who we are and at the same time what we are working on. So you can see that this logo, initially we chose the channels as AIA 94, which is popularly used in the green form, and then the HMI continuum and AIA 304. But over the time it evolved, because frankly in AIA 94 features were not as vibrant as you can see in 193. So the purpose of this logo is also to catch attention of all many different features and phenomena that happens in the solar atmosphere at different layers. And As you can see from top to bottom, you can see on the top left, there is an eruption going on. There's a flare down there. On the right, there is a coronal rain. And at this white panel, you can see that there are sunspots at different location. And if you go to the green side, you can see coronal holes, filament channels, coronal fans, prominences. So in a way, we are kind of summing up our research area, and at the same time we are getting unified as Indians over the broader perspective, celebrating our independence and unity throughout the globe. So that's it from my side. Over to you, Anshu.
So Ketki, do you want to go ahead and tell everyone who actually worked towards developing this in less than 2 months? So we have a big team of almost 30 people, and then we have multiple working groups, and they all came together on this such short notice, and everyone worked on. So Ketki will be talking more about it.
Yes, so let's take a moment to acknowledge this incredible team of Indus. And we have this dedicated team of over 30 members who worked in different 12 working groups. So I'll give you a glimpse of our team. So here is our team. You can see like in our website, which will be shared with you afterwards. So we have this large team of over 30 members, which are working as a PhD students or postdocs or senior postdocs maybe. And I will show you again working groups. So we have 12 different working groups. For example, we have a website building, newsletter team, resource management, nuggets, seminar organizing, mentorship, database maintenance, support, buddy scheme, outreach and education, and social media. So we have this different working groups, which actually gives us a platform where we can communicate with each other. We can share our knowledge. We can share our research by our own team members, like in newsletter or in nuggets. So if you want to join any of this team, you're welcome to join, and you can contact with us, and we will be happy to work with you. So yeah. So as I mentioned here, we have one team of newsletter. So now we will move on to newsletter, and Chitradip will show us our cover page.
Thanks, Ketki. Very happy Independence Day to everyone, every Indian members of this Indus. I'll now take this opportunity to share my screen to unleash the cover page of very first issue of newsletter of Team Indus. So this is Chitradip, a PhD student from the Center of Excellence in Space Sciences, India. Let me point out that majorly this cover page was designed by Ketki herself, and Ritesh and I were there around, but it's a privilege to unleash the cover image before every one of you. So let me just jump towards it. This is the cover image. Apart from this glorious presence of tricolor at the corner, the central focus of the cover page remains our host star, the sun, along with all its blemishes, the dark magnetized patches on the sun's surface, which we popularly know as the sunspots, basically the manifestation of the complex interplay of sun's magnetic field and plasma flows. Beautifully, it showcases the equatorward migration of the sunspots as the time evolves. For greater technicalities of this picture, you can always refer to the first page of our newsletter. This image was taken by a very talented photographer, Indian photographer, astrophotographer, Mr. Shomodeep Mukherjee, who himself is a research scholar from IIT Kanpur. And this image was taken throughout a year of starting from January 2021 to December 2021. And this image won the best image. He won the best photographer of the year from Royal Greenwich Museums for the year 2022. And it was also showcased as astronomy picture of the day by NASA. In fact, the team has a plan to showcase more such beautiful, cool images of our cool star in the coming issues, and more recent, such recent images taken by various people, preferably Indian. Just a bit of technicalities, as I already pointed out, you see, as the time evolves, you see equator or migration of the sunspots, and the main magnetic activity are confined to the low to mid latitude belt of the sun. That's about cover image. Now, what's inside the newsletter? For that, let's take a tour with Yamini. Yamini, over to you.
So I'll just show you the first glimpse of our newsletter. Yes, so this is the first new edition of our newsletter, which you will be getting in your email very shortly, just after this launch party. And I would like to thank you all for joining in today. So in this newsletter, we are planning currently to send it out to all the members of this community, monthly or bi-monthly, depending on the content that we receive. So this current first edition of newsletter, we have an introduction of our community at first. What does it mean? Basically, whatever you have listened here, it's just nicely laid out for you to read about the community, about the logo, about the cover image, and all the details are there if you want to read it after the launch party and just want to know more about it. So in these newsletters, we plan to feature young researchers. And in this first edition, we have featured Hema Priya from IIT Indore. And you can read about her experiences in in our community. So it inspires everybody around to share their experiences, and sometimes not even to inspire, but to consolidate that everybody is going through same things. And that is why we have this community to help you out with a lot of any kind of different kind of aspects of either your work or your moving to different places, managing in this where people mostly move to different countries because of work. And then we'll be featuring one young faculty every 3 months who is and in this edition, we have Vagesh. So you can read about how he came into solar physics, how he ended up being a faculty at IIA Bangalore, and more about his journey in this interview. And then we have the section, one more section, which is Indus Nuggets. And this section is completely driven by the members of the community. So in this, all these nuggets are, if are featured in this month of August and July. So if you have any works that you have published as nuggets anywhere, please feel free to send us your work, and we would love to feature your works so that the community is more involved and aware of each other's work that people are doing, and it can foster long-term collaborations. So that will help. And we have a Google form if you want to send out your works to us for that. So please fill those Google forms if you want to write these nuggets and you want your work to get featured. Then we had to add this Aditya L1 launching soon section, which Shatabdu will be talking about. And this is great news that will be coming your way in next few weeks. And then we have these sections, which I mean, as a PhD student and as a postdoc, especially as a PhD student, I had no idea where I had to look for jobs, or maybe all the announcements of, we just used to know mostly from friends or maybe supervisor. That's it. Those were the only two sources we used to have. But now you have well laid out well laid out forum where you'll have all the announcements, and also we'll be featuring all the new papers that come in the month. So if you are publishing any works during that particular month, please feel free to reach out to us, and we would like to include your work here in the new paper alert, and so that the whole community is aware of the works that Indian solar physicists are doing all over the world. So, and then we have these links for all the different nuggets. So feel free to go through them, go through those nuggets at their own respective websites, if that is what is interested according to your work. Then we have these announcements for awards. If you want to apply for these, any kind of awards that we have coming up, then we have these faculty position, postdoc positions, any scientific technical staff job positions, and PhD positions. So basically every job position that is available all over the world, and that is available to Indian people. And then we have then you have other sources. So please feel free to go through those as well to have more opportunities for yourself. And then we plan, so, and also in the end, we like to feature anything that you have achieved. If you have got any award, if you have got any poster award in any conference, we would like to feature all those awards and achievements of our members of the community to show to everyone. And this month we had a special feature from our INDUS coordinator Anshu, who got featured as an earlier career scientist at NASA Goddard, where she's working as an NPP fellow right now. And then we have all these announcements for upcoming events, which you can refer to for all these international and national meetings and conferences that are happening. And if they are of your interest, please feel free to apply to them and meet as and collaborate with other people. And so, and then we have some resources to different working groups. If you are aware of other working groups that we should include in this section, and it will be helpful to the community, please feel free to reach out, and we would like to add those resources in our working groups as well. And then in the end, we have some creative section where people, because as we know, researchers are quite creative, and these are the two creative submissions that we got for this edition. So if you also have any creative works that you would want to feature in the newsletter, please send us your works, and we would love to show it to the whole community. And then in the end, we have this amazing solar eclipse picture taken by Ritesh. And then, yes, of course, if you need any help, we have this dedicated Gmail account where you can reach out to us, and also you can follow us all on the social media. But so this is what it looks like, especially the first edition, and you will definitely have a special edition coming up for Aditya very soon. And so before leaving, I would just like to mention that you should fill out the Google form if you want your papers to be featured. So we have a Google form, which you can get a link on the description of the WhatsApp group, or it should be available even on the website. So you can fill out that Google form for if you want your works to be featured. You should fill out a membership form if you want to, because these newsletters will be sent out only to the people who have filled out the membership form, and they have provided their email in the membership form. all the other details are there on the website, which is a beautiful website that people have really worked hard on, and it has all the resources that we have tried to gather from different people working in different domains of solar physics, and so you should definitely refer to it. And this edition of newsletter you'll definitely receive very shortly, just after this Zoom call. So thank you.
So I think Shatabda, since it's like very beautifully launch of Indus website and first release or like first newsletter coincidentally falls at the same time when ISRO has kind of announced the launch of Aditya. So Shatabda will talk about like Aditya now, and then we'll move forward. Yeah, Shatabda.
Right. Thanks, everyone. So even a few months back, I visited my doctor for a routine eye checkup in Chennai. And after the checkup was done, she asked me, when is Aditya getting launched so that we can all bask in glory of that? And I was saying that, okay, ask me any question but that one. But, now that the launch is actually happening, it is really a big pleasure on my part that I'm able to represent the entire INDUS team and the entire solar astronomy community of India and abroad to say a few words on Aditya. And as you all know that, Aditya is a Sanskrit word that stands for a name on the sun. Now, so all of you have seen a lot of pictures and a lot of posts and talks on Aditya. So I thought that I should not make any slides to bore you all, but I'll just say a few words. So the thing is, what excites me the most about Aditya is that, we now know as solar astronomers that the sun talks, the sun is not quiet, and the sun also shows a lot of gestures. But fortunately or unfortunately, as long as we are on the earth, we are not able to listen all that it says, or we are not able to see all that it shows. So for the first time, we are able to, or we are almost ready to talk with the sun and to listen to the sun and watch the sun with our own instruments. And the Lagrangian points are the points in space which are good points. By good points, I mean it's a good place to sit back, relax, and enjoy what the sun shows. And there are 5 Lagrangian points, which I am sure all of you know that it's like an extended two-body problem in mechanical physics. And so Aditya will be flying to the first Lagrangian point, which is an unstable equilibrium point. And from there, we will be able to observe the sun uninterruptedly in different wavelengths. And what Aditya has for special is that we will be having instruments which has novelty in itself. It has observations in different wavelength bands, from near ultraviolet, far ultraviolet, as well as in the visible lights in the infrared wavelengths. Particularly, one of the main goals of the Aditya mission is to study the eruptions which are called as the coronal mass ejections, which is one of the primary goals of the mission, because initially the Aditya was supposed to have 2 main payloads, but after that we now have 7 payloads on board. So one of the payloads which was supposed to be the main payload, which is the VELC, or the visible emission line coronagraph, is supposed to monitor these eruptions. And for those who don't work on this area, just a little heads up that these are these typical eruptions which happen on the lower heights of the corona in the sun. And as physicists, when we try to understand some process, there are 2 ways to do it. Either you sit back and watch those processes, or you let that process reach you and then do some measurements in situ. So the problem with this process is that they don't stay the way they are. So once they're rejected, they undergo a lot of change. And we are greedy people, so we want to know how they are just after they took birth. And for that, we have to track them just after they're rejected. And this is where the specialty of Aditya will lie, because Aditya will be capturing the absolute teenage CMEs when they're born, right in the lower heights. And that too in different channels with both spectral and imaging capabilities. So apart from that, we will be having other payloads like SOOT, which will be observing the solar photosphere, as well as the solar chromosphere. And apart from that, we also have other 5 payloads. As I was saying, we have Helios and Solex, which are hard X-ray and soft X-ray spectrometers. We have Aspects and PAPA, which are, again, solar wind particle analyzer and monitoring the heavy ions and electron concentrations. And we also do have a magnetometer to close things up. So to sum up, what I wanted to communicate is that, apart from the existing space missions, from all the other observatories in and around the world, India will be now joining and connecting the dots for the rest of us. And on behalf of the entire team of INDUS, I would also like to acknowledge the active contributions that different team members have been doing for the past few years in terms of doing contributions in terms of, let's say, instrumental designs on the different payloads of the Aditya, or designing observational programs, joining scientific meetings where you talk about the specific science aims which you would be able to address with the instruments on board Aditya. So with a wide open arms, I would like to welcome you all. So, and I would look forward to this opportunity that with the help of the data from Aditya, we will be forming a more collaborative efforts and try to understand the different processes that happen on the sun, with a motive that we should try to understand the processes the way they are, not the way we want them to. Yeah. Thank you. That's all I wanted to say. Back to you, Anshu.
Thanks, Shatabda. Thank you, everyone who talked about the newsletter, website, team, and everything else, and how we started from small group to such a big and reached at such big platform. But so now I think the floor is open for anyone who would want to talk anything about INDUS or any suggestions or comments. So I will be sharing the website link here in a few minutes, just that some technical issue with the mail, so I couldn't share the newsletter. I was thinking to share it the moment Yamini ends her talking points after she talks about the newsletter, but I couldn't do that. So you will be getting the newsletter soon. And before we move to, like, say, interaction, just want to say thank you to all the team members who made this happen on such like short duration. And also thank you for all the members to joining INDUS. Like, we have 140 members as of now, and I think we will be getting more, because once it is out today, I think a lot of other people will come to know and they would also want to join. I also want to tell one thing is, please ask your friends and colleagues who are working in solar physics to come join INDUS. So now anyone, floor is open. Anyone who wants to talk, they can just unmute or raise their hand and I will like unmute them and you can comment, suggestions, everything open. Yes, Sir.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me here. And okay, I'm telling you one story yesterday. So first of all, introduce myself. Like, I'm Sheesh. I'm doing my postdoc in University of Michigan. And yeah, like my basic area is solar physics. So yesterday I was talking here to my colleagues, the Indian colleagues, that is there any program for Independence Day? And like, I was actively part of Independence Day from my childhood, like parades and all those things. So it was like really weird for me that this is my first year when I'm out from India and I'm not participating in any occasion or celebration. So thank you, Anshu, to choose this particular date to launch our website or this INDUS. And yeah, this would be the perfect celebration as a solar physicist and an Indian. So yeah, thanks a lot. And I'll be happy to participate any kind of activity which going to be performed by INDUS as a proper member.
Thanks.
Yeah,
thanks, Sirsh. So anyone else who wants to go next and say some like words of appreciation or some suggestions or some comments? So we are actively looking for people to help us. So we all, as of now, we have a base ready. The website is almost ready. We have collected all kind of resources. We could ground-based, space-based data, tools, and everything. But we still, these are like, this is an incremental process. So we still need more people. Say, if someone wants to help us with newsletters, someone wants to help us with, say, populating more resources once the website is out. I mean, it's launched kind of, because you all saw it. It's just that my mail is not functioning well. So yeah, so you can go through everything and suggest us. So there is a mail ID. You can send us your comments, your inputs, and anything you want to send us. So yeah, Anyone wants to go next and talk something? Because this is like interaction session. So yeah, Ritika, you can unmute yourself and go ahead.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for this very nice initiative. That's what we were really lacking behind when we were in our PhD. As many of them already explained, to find a postdoc, and even if you are in a postdoc, then to find the more opportunities. It's a very nice platform, and I think it should be more reachable and more easy for the youngsters to send their queries in the Slack, not to be very much hesitate to ask, because I think that's why it is made for. Nobody is so much senior so that you should be hesitating, and it's the same for us, like to ask for our colleagues who are more experienced. So just a congratulations to everybody who has taken the initiative and the people who really led forward this journey. We would like to join you as much as we can. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Ritika. So yeah, anyone else want to say something? We still have like 15 minutes left, so.
We should take a screenshot of us, like a group picture.
Yes, that is, I totally forgot. Yes. So if you would want to be landing on the homepage of Indus, please switch on your cameras and you will start taking screenshots. Like I will give you a minute to switch on your cameras, and then I will tell you when I am taking the screenshots so that you all smile and we look happy. So yeah, I will give. So ready? Yes, I am taking first screenshot. Please keep smiling. Second screenshot for the next. One more, because there are so many people. Okay, so the people in the third one, even their camera is off, I would still want their names to be there. So a minute. So yep, done, everyone. Thank you so much. So what I would do is send the website link on WhatsApp now, because our mail delivery is failing. And then I will also...
You can put it in the Slack, and you
Yes.
can also put it in the chat here.
Yes, I am doing it. Once the meeting ends, I will send everything to everyone. So sweet. So yeah, that's all then. So if everyone's okay and if everyone's happy with what Indus is and what Indus aims towards, like the main aim is to foster collaboration and help youngsters to in their beginning year of PhDs, because what our seniors did for us when I did my PhD from IIA at Gauribindu Radio Observatory, and I remember how helpful my seniors were. They got me started in the beginning years, and I hope we provide that kind of environment and that kind of platform for the younger people. So the youngest members in Indus are 2 master's students, and when they filled up the membership form, I saw that they have written that they would want to continue working in solar physics and want to become a solar physicist. I think Savita is one of the master's students. You want to talk, Savita? Yeah. Go ahead.
Hello, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Hi. Yeah, we can hear you.
Actually, I want to tell about my story. Like, I got selected to IIA MTech PhD. Actually, I gave interview for both, like IIA normal PhD and IIA MTech PhD. But I didn't qualify IIA normal interview. I qualify IIA MTech interview only. At the moment when Gopinath sir called me and he told like you got selected to MTech PhD, I was in a dilemma. Like, I don't want to go do MTech PhD. I want to do PhD in solar physics. I was in a dilemma. I told him that, sir, I will text you, like I will mail you about my decision. I don't know what to tell now. Then after that, I contacted one of the IIA professor and he gave your example. He told that Anshu ma'am did this MTech PhD and she is now a leading solar physicist. So why it is a good option to choose MTech PhD rather than waiting for another option. So choose MTech PhD and you will have a bright future in solar physics. So, so that is the inspiration to me. So I'm very happy.
Thanks.
The inspiration to me.
Yeah, thanks for your kind words. Yeah. So that's the aim. Even if one person can help one person or inspire one person, that is good enough job we have done. So that's the aim. So I have shared the newsletter and the website link with everyone on WhatsApp. I'm going to post it on Slack, and I will try to send another mail. If Indus Mail does not work, one of us will use our own Gmail to forward it to everyone. It's just that because we have been sending a lot of mails since past couple of days, so Gmail is just acting weird now. So yeah, that's good. So anything else, or so just virtually clap for the team. I mean, everyone has worked hard towards development of this. So yeah, thank you team for working so hard towards it. And we need more people, especially we need youngsters, the new PhDs or like second, third year PhDs, to keep Indus go forward, because most of us, because we didn't show the demographic, but it's 60% PhDs and 40% postdocs. And in team, most of the people are postdocs as of now. And I am sure in the next couple of years, we won't be here for Indus because we will be moving forward in our life professionally. So young PhDs have to kind of take over Indus in the coming months. So please write to us if you want to be a part of any of the working group. If you go to the website in member, there is a working group. Just look what works for you and write to us, and we will make sure we include your say suggestions, or if you want to join a group, we include you in that group. So thank you so much for coming. I mean, this was a very good turn-up, 67 people. Yes, Hari has Hari, go ahead.
So can you hear me?
Yeah.
So one thing I have noted when most people who do postdocs abroad and go back to India as faculty, they tend to lose contact with their research groups that they were already involved in, and also tend to somehow get lost. The contact and connect gets lost. So if you guys are able to establish that and keep it going, that may be helpful for the next set of students and so on.
Yeah, that's a
because as I have noticed in at least other fields, not particularly solar physics, but other fields within radio astronomy. So
yeah, that is a good point. Yes. Also, since we are bringing up this, so we also wanted to let people know, especially the young PhD, that postdoc and then getting into academia is not the ultimate. That's not the only option after PhD, because we have some people, especially I think Atul, if you want to say something about it, we have made sure that the younger generation know that there are other options. Industry is always an option for us, especially us coming, because we all do extensive data analysis and a lot of people are doing AI ML now. So we have options for industry. Like, for example, Haribhaiya did PhD in solar physics, but he is now working as, do you want to say, Hari? Yes.
Signal processing, but I also worked on signal processing during my PhD. So now I'm a signal processing domain specialist at the SKA Observatory.
Yes.
So I would say that you should focus more on skill development, because that is what both the industry and academia. In academia, it's a bit hard to get a job. They require you to have publications. But industry, though it does not focus on publications, it focuses more on the skill. So, and you develop this specific set of skills during your PhD or master's or whatever. That is going to be helpful for you to secure a job. So skill development is what should mostly focus, because that is going to help both in academia and in industry. Structure is going to increase, and when you want to get into engineering, or when you want to get into any aspect, even science, that is going to get overly organized, and you will want to focus on specific skills and how that particular skill is going to benefit the project or whatever work you're going to do. So you have to project your skills. You have to build your skills, improve them, and keep improving them on a daily basis. You cannot acquire a skill and stop there, because that cannot stagnate. You have to keep improving on that to be able to sustain yourself and to grow.
Yeah.
Not just sustain, also to grow.
Yeah.
So
thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah. Atul, I
Yeah,
think
so from the like the job listings and all that department, since I'm also handling that, so I can tell you that that was also the main one of the main aims and things we discussed within the core group initially. So when we put the job listings, we will also not just focus on the research things, but also if people find interesting things in LinkedIn and other job websites, that will also be featured there because of the same thing. So we have a lot of people coming up and enthusiasm. That's all good. But so there are also jobs for such things. For example, in the website, we have a link to FDL, I guess, the front-end development lab. So that's something which is actually a bridge. So there are many such bridge projects which are coming up. Which is attracting industry is also trying to attract people who has this AI/ML capability and other coding skills, and like also skills in tackling problems. So what a PhD gives you is also that a training to tackle and break down problems and address it systematically. That's your skill. Okay. And now where you put it is up to you. So you can put it in solar physics and keep going, or you can put it in solar stellar physics. So for example, I had shifted myself to solar stellar framework. That's an interdisciplinary field. Also, people should look an eye out for that also. So just don't feel stuck like this is my thing. So just keep a broader eye and at every stage of your life. Just keep an eye of like, what your true capabilities are. So your true capability is breaking down the problem and doing a rational analysis. And you have many tools and skills which you will learn on the way, which can be applied elsewhere also. So, like Hari also said. So yeah. So we'll be actually putting such options also in the job listings. So,
yeah. So thanks, Atul. Thanks, everyone. So I think the meeting end time is approaching. It's just 2 minutes left. So in the last 2 minutes, I just want to say kind of conclude this. So thanks everyone for joining us in INDUS's launch party. And then special thanks to the team who worked so hard towards development of everything. I think we didn't mention Nugget team and seminar team. They have also worked towards worked hard towards catching people and telling them that this is the deadline, please send us the nugget. So we don't want this to be done in this fashion. We want you to take initiative, the members to take initiative and send us input. Instead of we chasing you down, please you chase us down and tell that we want to be featured in INDUS. So so if you want to give seminars in our monthly once, every last Thursday of every month, we are planning to have a 30 to 40 minute seminar, especially from young PhDs, to give them a platform, and it can be like a practice session for them, and we urge you to join. So the first seminar is on 31st August by Ketki Deshpande. She will be talking about radio observations from PSPs and some radio triangulation methods. So more details can be found on our website. I hope everyone has received the link of website and the newsletter PDF version. We'll be sending out mail in some time again. So thank you so much for coming, and let's thank everyone once again, and then we can conclude this. And this will go on YouTube, so I will share the link. Yeah, okay. Thank you so much. So bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.